Everybody, so this is going to be a very short live stream. I just came across these videos of parents who are complaining that SNAP benefits have been cut, and they're talking about how they're not able to feed their families. Now, I did content probably about 3 years ago talking about how the economy was going to crash, right? And I'm not saying that the economy has necessarily crashed at this point, but what I'm saying is that we predicted a long time ago that there was going to be an economic downturn, right? And that all of the extravagant lifestyle, the extravagant American lifestyle was pretty much over, and that the abundance was not going to exist forever. And so a lot of us have been warning people to not have children, specifically for this reason, in addition to the fact that it does impose unnecessary suffering on to non-consenting human beings. And a lot of people were very dismissive about antinatalism. They said it was so gloom and doom, that it was a lazy way of solving problems. Specifically, that woman, Park Rose Permaculture, said it was a lazy way of addressing systemic issues. But at the same time, people are not doing anything to fight the systemic issues. So what's going to happen is these children are being held hostage, and they are the real victims. So I just want to get into these videos right here. I have two short videos, and I have some commentary.
It's going to be a really big struggle for my family, and there might be times that me and my husband don't eat, but we've already talked about that, and we would rather make sure that they're full and going to bed not hungry. My name's Amanda, and I have 6 children. I work as a registered behavioral technician. With the government shutdown, my SNAP benefits are at risk. It's really important for my family to be able to have access to that. It is very supplemental. Having special needs kids can be really, really hard, especially since it is a spectrum. So I have
I just can't. I just have to stop. She's talking about how it's so hard to have special needs kids. This is completely predictable, right? Did you think that all of your children were going to? I'm sorry, not to be insulting to those who have special needs kids, but the whole thing is that you don't have to have children anyway. Like, there's so many things that could have gone wrong with procreation, and then you're acting like you're the victim. No, your child is the victim. Like, maybe I should be doing this on the other channel. This is probably not going to go well over with a lot of people, but you put your child in a situation, and you're not even acting like your child is the victim here. You're acting like it's so hard on you. It's so hard for me to have a child with special. No, it's so hard for your child to exist with special needs. You're going to die at some point. Your death is probably going to predate your child's life, and your child is probably not going to be self-sufficient. And yet this is going to be a sensitive, but this is not really a lecture for those who already have children. This is really a cautionary tale for those who don't have children yet. I want you to know that you can have children who are born with special needs, who may not be self-sufficient, who may not be able to take care of themselves. And why would you put your children in this predicament? And then you thought that the government was going to always protect you and provide for you? Are you out your mind? You really have set yourself up, and you set your children up for failure, because you didn't have a plan B. You thought the government was going to provide for you. So you basically threw caution to the wind. You had 6 children, and you thought that everything was going to be fine. Why? Because you prayed to Jesus, and you thought Jesus was going to take care of you. Good luck with that.
A level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. The biggest impact is going to be if I'm going to be able to not only make sure we all have food, but to also make sure we still have electricity and housing and just the necessities. And the cost of feeding 8 people in the household is definitely not even close to the food stamps that we receive.
So tell her to have 6 children. That's the part I don't understand. She's acting like she's a victim. I just don't get it. I don't understand the absolute entitlement. And I'm not saying that only poor people should abstain from having children. I think nobody should have children. But the absolute entitlement that you think that society should remunerate you for your irresponsibility, I just don't get it. I I think we should help the children. They should not have to starve. But I don't think that y'all, I know I'm on the wrong channel to be talking about this stuff, but I don't think that, I don't have any compassion for her. I have compassion for her children, and that's it.
I'm angry and I'm sad.
Who are you angry with? You should be angry at yourself. You did this to yourself.
I have a lot of emotions. I've got mixed feelings. I guess I'm more in shock, like, that this is happening.
This is absolutely ridiculous, because a lot of us were warning people about this. And I was warning people maybe 3 years ago, but there are people who are warning people years before. I got, you know what, I'm going to give myself a little bit more credit than that. I didn't have a channel back then, but I was writing papers about the coming age of scarcity back in like 2011, 2012, and all of my professors said that I was ridiculous, that this whole gloom and doom prophecy was inevitable, and they all said that I was wrong. And I'm not saying that the SNAP prices is a permanent situation, but things can be infinitely worse. Like, people, this is the whole problem with this whole Pollyanna bias, that you think that things are going to get better. No, things can get infinitely worse. And are you prepared for the worst? No, you just think that things are going to be happy go lucky, and that thank God take the wheel. Like, no, this is your responsibility. You and your husband, and you and whoever your baby daddy, y'all need to figure this shit out. It's not the government's responsibility. The government doesn't give a shit about you. You create these 6 unfortunate children, and now you need to figure out what the hell you're going to do.
More of anything. My 11-year-old, he hasn't said anything, but he has been like, hey, I don't want to eat this. I want my brothers to have it.
Do you see how cruel that is? Do you see the moral obscenity of having children? And now, this is what I've been talking about before, that the oldest child always carries the guilt for the younger siblings, that they feel that they should be the protector, right? They're almost like a de facto parent, because it's not like they're too young to step back and look at this objectively and actually see, no, their parents did this shit. No, they have empathy, and they're supposed to have empathy, but it's not fair. So a lot of people will say, oh, there are other things that you can worry about. You can focus on social equality, you can focus on social justice, or you could just be a vegan, right? What is veganism going to do for any of these damn children? It's not going to do shit, right? This is the life enslavement shit that I'm talking about, that because they wanted to self-actualize at their children's expense, now their children have to suffer, and now they want to portray themselves as the victim because they can't feed their children. Nobody told you to have 6 damn children.
So I don't know, because I've been trying not to talk about it at home. So I don't know if, obviously, they're talking about it at school. So no, he wants to make sure that his brothers are eating, but that shouldn't even be a worry.
They're operating on shoulds. This is the way life should be. Things should be fair. Everybody should have enough food. Aside from the fact that they're derelict in their engagement with politics or social policy in any way, right? What they do is they'll do a straight party ticket, and then basically it's the government's responsibility, because they trust the government. They trust the elected officials to make sure that they have enough to eat. They're not going to do anything to be self-sufficient. They're not going to grow their own vegetables. They're not going to engage in mutual aid. They're not going to homestead. No, they're going to rely on the government to do all the thinking for them. And then this is the reason why we're enslaved in the first place, because of people like her, because she can't survive without the government. So as a consequence, we all have to be enslaved, because she wants the government to protect her and her 6 damn children. So she doesn't want the rest of us to have autonomy. So this is a life of slavery right here, right? She's part of the problem. She's the reason why we're all enslaved. She's the reason why the government controls us, because she's begging for the government to step in. This is a woman who would probably be okay with the new world order, because if her family has to go hungry enough, she's willing to take help at any expense, right? If anybody comes in and they're willing to feed her family, right? She doesn't give a shit about throwing away her individual rights. She doesn't give a shit about taking away our rights. She just wants somebody to feed her and her 6 damn children. I don't feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for her children. I don't feel sorry for her.
He's 11. Food should not be something, regardless.
Go pray to Jesus, though. That's what you said. Jesus was going to take care of everything.
They should not be worrying about food. I just feel like...
Okay. I just can't. That woman just... that was some dumb shit right there. Let's get into the second video.
I just finally got confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month.
About 2 months ago, I stopped eating dinner almost every night of the week so that my boyfriend and I could have enough food left over to have lunch the next day. This was before we were about to lose our food stamps. Mind you, we both work.
I don't think that we really realize the depths that this is.
Let me just stop this for a second, because I was just listening to Phil the Advisor just last night, and what he was saying is the economy is going in the toilet. The best thing you can do is get married and have a family, because that's what's going to protect you. Are you out your fucking mind? That's the last thing you should be doing. You should not be having children. You should be getting on birth control. You should probably be getting permanently sterilized. That is the best thing you can do to protect you. All these people who are lamenting their financial predicament, they all have several children, far beyond replacement rate.
The damage that this is going to do, but the women, the mothers, and the families, but the mothers especially, who are going to go without meals so their children don't have to.
Did you think about that shit before you had all them damn children?
I know that I will absolutely be one of those mothers.
But because we have children and because aftercare and before care is too expensive, I've taken a job that's basically minimum wage so that I can be there to pick up my kids.
Good. I'm not trying to be cruel, but this would be a cautionary tale for those of you who don't have children yet. This is going to be your predicament if you decide to be stupid and have children. And I'm sorry, I can't clean up my language because I'm very passionate about this. I do not feel sorry for these parents. I feel sorry for the children. I'm probably going to lose subscribers, but I just can't. I just cannot sit here and feel sorry for them because they did this to themselves.
I cannot fathom what we're going to do without that food stamp money. Because if I already couldn't eat dinner with that food stamp money...
I guarantee this woman is going to have even more children because she's not going to learn. She's not going to learn that she did this to herself because these people don't have any self-awareness. She's going to turn around and do this shit again. And these children are the real victims. 6 kids.
I'm so tired of seeing people say like, oh, well, maybe if you had a job, you could get your groceries, or, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have to depend on stamps.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say maybe if you didn't have a job. What I would say is maybe if you didn't have so many damn children, you would not be facing food insecurity.
I work full time. Thank you. And I do rely on stamps because guess what? It's not enough money in this economy for me to be able to pay bills and get stuff that we need and provide for my 2 kids. So yes, I depend on stamps and I have a full-time job. So please know that people out here depend on stamps is not because we out here just mooching off the government. It's because we literally need that.
The reason you need it is because you have so many damn children. And I guess you're a little bit better than the other ones who have 6, but you have 2 children and you can't financially provide for them. And the man who was supposed to be the provider has completely dropped the ball and left it on you to try to figure it out. So, yeah, this is not a good look.
To provide for our family.
I work hard every single day. I get up every single day and clean houses, and I still rely on food stamps to feed my 6 children. Because
6 kids, though. 6 kids. Absolutely ridiculous. This is procreational gluttony right here. Right? I could go further, but if I was on my other channel, I probably would go even further. I'm trying not to be cruel.
because the prices are so high, it's unrealistic to think about not having food stamps. Next month, I'm so terrified because 6 babies are always eating. Plus myself, I eat about 1 meal a day, but still.
Who did this? Who did this? She's acting like somebody did this to her. Like, what are you talking about? I told y'all. Maybe I need to pull up that video that I did, like, basically warning about the impending collapse of the U.S. economy. This is weeping and gnashing of the damn teeth. And actually, some of us predicted this shit during the Bush administration, right? They said that, and back when I was still a Christian, they said the Bush administration was the mark of the beast. I guess you already failed that test because you already took the damn jab. So you sure as hell going to attack. You're going to accept the mark of the beast in order to feed your damn children.
So
Y'all, I just couldn't help it. I saw this shit and I just felt, my other channel I can't live stream yet, but I really have to get that off my chest. This is not to be cruel to those who already have children. This is not about them. This is about those who don't have children yet. Look at them as a cautionary tale and learn from this shit. You cannot depend on the government. And there's so many things, there's so many unknown variables that could potentially happen, and you are not controlled of any of them. This economy could collapse. Just because things look fine right now does not mean that they're always going to be fine, right? Because you live in your Pollyanna bubble and you're so averse to the pessimistic outlook of those of us who have adopted pessimism. We didn't come to a pessimistic worldview lightly. We came to a pessimistic worldview mainly because the world has already fucked us over. So we have already seen that everything that can possibly go wrong probably will go wrong. Murphy's Law is completely applicable, so we cannot afford to have this Pollyanna worldview. So for those of you who are Pollyanna and you think that, if I just pray to Jesus, Jesus is going to provide, you are a fucking idiot and you completely screwed your damn children over. And I feel sorry for your children. I do not feel sorry for you. So if you can't take care of your children, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe first of all, it's not really your responsibility in this patriarchy. It's the man's fault. Why are these women out here on social media complaining about not being able to provide for their children? We're all the damn fathers, right? It's their responsibility. You're supposed to be the nurturers and the caretakers, and they're supposed to be the damn providers. So why are you having to work? Oh, this is what I was alluding to earlier when I did that video. There is no way I would. And y'all want to throw shade at those of us who are gay or those of us who are anti-natalists. There's no damn way I would impregnate a woman and stick her with 6 damn children, and then she has to get apart. She has to work 2 jobs. No, hell. See, this is the thing. I do take manhood very seriously. If I had a woman with a damn baby, I would have to be in a much better financial situation because ideally, she wouldn't have to work at all because I would see that as my responsibility. But that is not the way most men see that shit. I am very traditional, which is why I cannot participate in this whole patriarchal bullshit and then stick women with some damn children where they're out here on social media crying about not being able to get food stamps. So I don't understand it. I don't think this is their response. I guess where they went wrong is that they allowed themselves to be impregnated by men, and the fact that they trusted these men to provide for them, or maybe they didn't trust them. Maybe they just wanted children and they thought they could do it on their own. Either way, they fucked their children over. So I know I'm losing subscribers over this shit. I got to keep this shit real. Y'all, your way of doing things, this Pollyanna bullshit, this heteronormative bullshit of just I'm gonna have pop out babies and then figure it out later. You have failed everybody. You have failed the entire community, and the sum total is the community is fucked. So, well, actually, it's not even just the community at this point. The entire country is fucked. The entire country is fucked at this point because a lot of y'all were completely banking on the government providing for you, and now this shit has hit the fan. So I could not imagine living in poverty and then having 6 children and just wishing that things will just be okay. I don't understand that mindset. I think it is very reckless. I think that you should be ashamed of your fucking self. And this is not me. I'm not trying to be a fucking Republican. I'm not a conservative. They bear some responsibility in this shit too, because they have taken control of your reproductive functions, and they have told you that you can't get abortions, and then at the same time they're not going to provide for you. So as I'm stating in my upcoming book, that if the government is going to exercise so much control over our life, then the government has a consequential responsibility. It's ancillary. It's as a result of the government's own behavior. The government, well, I would probably call it estoppel. The government is a stop from claiming responsibility over its citizens when the government exercises such a paternalistic role in our lives. So the government absolutely does have a responsibility, but at the same time, the government doesn't give a fuck about you. The government is here to control you. The government wants you to be their fucking slave. So you can continue popping out babies, and the government doesn't have any responsibility to do shit for you. So you can be the damn fool and trust the government and throw your babies to the fucking wolves. I'm not doing that shit. If I go, it's just going to be me. Or even if I do starve, even if I lose my job, and it's just going to be me. I could not bear the burden of having to do that shit to have it negatively impact my own children, who I voluntarily forced into this world. No, it's not going to happen. So sorry, I have to go on this rant, but I just don't understand it. I do not see any of these people as being victims. And I really don't understand why the fathers are not. Why are these women on social media begging for money when they should have men to provide for them? This is so fucking perverse. This is fucked up. I just can't. Is there anybody here? Exactly. 6 kids shakes my motherfucking head. We all suffer when younger, when we are honest about the suffering, but eventually we start lying to ourselves, trying out our lifestyles that are damaging. And unfortunately, these children are going to have to suffer. Right. And the sad part is that most of these children are not, it's not even intentional. Most of them are just accidents because they were just being reckless and didn't use protection. And now they're acting like, they act like some stork just dropped these children off on their doorsteps and they don't know how babies are made. Like, you did this shit to yourself. Anyway, y'all, that's my rant for today. I just don't, this is absolutely disgusting.